Under old business, town manager search update will be covered under new business. So if we move to new business, I'll entertain a motion to approve funding in the amount of $99.50.
So Mike, I move to approve funding in the amount of $9,950 from free cash to hire the Edward J. Collins Jr. Center for Public Management for the purpose of a town manager search.
Second.
Here we have a motion and a second. Discussion. Connor?
Thanks, Mike. I guess I have a lot of discussion, but my first point is I wonder, how did we get to this position in the first place? We haven't had a meeting since our last meeting last month. And to my knowledge, there was no discussion in any sort of public forum that we were seeking to do a new search, especially with a new firm. So how did we already come to this conclusion to start all over again and pay more money?
Well, anyone is entitled to bring a motion forward. I think that we all probably realize that we have choices here. There were discussions that I had with the town attorney. Mary had discussions as well, and there were discussions with the company that we hired, Community Paradigm. And for discussion purposes, we're looking for a motion to bring us to where we are right now. So the floor is open for any discussion or any questions that want to be answered and pertaining to the direction that the council wants to take. Connor?
Thanks, Mike. So then I suppose I'd follow that up with, I wouldn't be in favor of going with a different firm and conducting the search all over again for a number of reasons. I think number one, we've already conducted a fairly thorough search and nothing's really changed in the landscape. As one of the representatives from Community Paradigm answered my question at one of our prior meetings, I don't see how we'd expect the candidate pool to change significantly or why we would be presented with different candidates in the very short term over the next couple months. Second point would be, if our entire reasoning at a prior meeting was to accept Mary's offer to stay on through the portion that we did the search after she submitted a resignation letter to avoid the council having to appoint an interim town manager, we're back in that same situation where if this quote from the new company is going to be at least 3 or 4 months before it comes to completion, it doesn't mean we're going to be starting tomorrow. So I'm sure we're now going to have to appoint an interim person and complicate matters, which we were trying to avoid from the outset. Third, I think it's also a bit of a slap in the face to our screening committee if we moved forward with this and said that we didn't like the 3 candidates that they brought forward, even though I don't believe that's true. I think we had 3 pretty qualified candidates, and I would be ready to make a nomination and vote on the finalists that we interviewed.